In this video, I'm going to show you how to sew a mitered corner. This technique is used to give a professional looking finish to any corner of a project. In this example, I'm taking a dress with an already existing mitered corner and I'd like to shorten it. So I'm going to start by removing all the stitches so we can also see what this stitch looks like deconstructed. As you can see, it's a 45-degree angle with a tiny V cut out in the center. And that's what we're going to recreate when we're shortening it. Including the seam allowance, we have a 2-inch border. This width can be any measurement you like depending on how wide you'd like your border. The ironed line that you can see is the new length I'd like for my dress, and then I'm measuring 2 inches above that line. This stage is where you'll start off if you're not shortening something with an existing seam. You're now going to take your ruler and measure a 45-degree angle. You're going to make sure the end points of this measurement are 2 times the width of your border. You're then going to place pins along that line. And then we're going to measure a 1 centimeter seam allowance from that line that we just pinned. And then we can trim away the excess. It can make it easier to use the corner that we just cut as a stencil for the other corners and pin and then cut from that. With our 2 corners cut, we're ready to iron our fabric. We're going to start by ironing down our 1 centimeter seam allowance. And then using our measuring tape, we're going to fold over the rest of the border and iron it down as well. So as you can see, seam allowance folded over and then border folded over. You're then going to take the right sides of your corner and place them together and then sew a straight seam with 1 centimeter seam allowance. Once your seam is sewn, you're going to take your scissors and cut out a little notch at the corner. This will make it easier when you flip it right side out. This is the V I was talking about in the earlier diagram. You can now iron down your mitered corner. The final step is to do a top stitch around the inside edge of the border. It helps to pick a line on your sewing machine to use as a guide when sewing this stitch. And you're all done! Although this was shown on a dress, the mitered corner has many uses for many different types of projects. Thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, please subscribe.